All right, guys, welcome back to another video. It's your man Jay. So this is a follow-up video on the LG V60. Now, I've been doing my review of the V60 alongside of, and I just started my review about a week ago with the Galaxy Note 10 Lite. So I got a 7-day review coming up for that device. But this phone, I've had it for, I think since it came out about 3 weeks ago. I know I've had it for at least 3 weeks. I don't remember exactly when it came out, but wow, I really enjoy this phone, folks. I think this is a phone that you really should pay attention to. Now, for starters, when reviewing a phone, when I review a phone, I just use it as is. And so, something I did different this time, I wanted to test. I already know that this phone can do 2 days and 12 hours of screen on time, but I wanted to see what a light user would get out of this. So what I did was I pulled back my usage on this, and I really focused on my Galaxy Note 10 Lite for a main device, if you will. And this phone did fantastic with battery. So I did a screenshot, and this phone lasted, and I was surprised to get so much screen on time actually during the course of using it lightly. It actually went 4 days, almost 4.5 days, 4 days and 10 hours and 19 minutes with 9% left, and I got 5 hours and 41 minutes of screen on time. Folks, that's actually fantastic battery. This is fantastic battery right here. A light user, this is probably what you can look forward to getting if you get this device. So, I mean, and again, that's probably a light user will definitely get at least 3 days, and some of you guys will get even more battery life than that. Some of you guys will get 5 days, 6 days, who knows? But I have 5 email accounts syncing, and all these social media things syncing. I've got other things in the background syncing, and I just really appreciate them putting together this package. This is, to me, the G8 used to be my benchmark device. That is now the V60. Whether I sell this later or whatever, this phone has created a solid benchmark for what today's standards of a flagship should be. And that's my personal humble opinion. You get a lot with this. I love the beautiful screen. I love the design of the phone. The color really is what I think I like about this phone the most. The dual screen option is there. I would have gotten the dual screen if I could have got it with the white body, and that's ultimately what it is, but I couldn't. So those that ask me about the dual screen, am I going to cover it? Only later on down the line if I can buy it separately at a good price. If not, I don't plan on buying the blue one just to experience the dual screen. I've done gaming on here. The performance is just top notch, man. I mean, this is a fast, speedy device. It's 60 hertz display. It's crazy how we've moved to just if it doesn't have a 90 hertz, if it doesn't have this, it's crazy how we've moved to that, and that's a standard now. But it is. Some people in the tech world, or only for the tech world, it's a standard because the average consumers don't really care about that. They don't care anything about megahertz and hertz and gigahertz. They don't care anything about that. They don't know about it, and so they're not focusing on that. So if they pick up this phone, they're not going to be saying, is it a 60 hertz or a 90 hertz? Because honestly, when I scroll like this, that looks pretty smooth. You got to admit, that's a smooth scrolling effect because ultimately that's what it is, scrolling effect and navigating games and things like that. So I just think the overall experience with this phone is almost complete, man. I mean, it's got a big screen. And speaking of screens and wallpapers, you guys always ask about my wallpapers. This is a default wallpaper to this phone, so I don't know. You'll have to look on the internet to find that. But those that are wanting the Jesus First wallpaper, it's always been in the description of the video. So if you look in the description of the video, you should see a link way at the bottom down there with my wallpaper taken by the Pixel, and then this, the Jesus is First wallpaper. So grab that, download it. I opened it up to the public. I don't know if it was before, but I opened it up to the public, and anyone can go hit that link and download it just for reference. But this is a default wallpaper to the V60. So if you're looking for it, you might need to Google V60 wallpapers or something. But at least I just found this on the phone. It was on the phone, I should say. But I just think the overall experience with this screen is just gorgeous, man. It's gorgeous. It's a beautiful, beautiful setup, and I don't foresee myself disliking this phone for a lot of reasons. I mean, what other flagships are giving you a headphone jack? And for the people that say, the headphone jacks are irrelevant, I respect that. I'm not going to tell you that flagships have to have a headphone jack. It's just something that I would like to use because I have these. Let me get them. These cost $350, and they're 3.5 millimeter only. Literally, look. These aren't Bluetooth. These are only 3.5 millimeter. So, you can't use these if you don't have a headphone jack. I love these things. I love them. They're 3.5 millimeter only. And so for a phone like this is a win. And you see what happens when I plug that in? Quad DAC right on top. I mean, I've obviously used these with this phone before, but when you plug it in, boom, there you are. You got the quad DAC options. You can go into settings and you can adjust things here. I think this is fantastic, man. I don't use the 3D sound. I've tested it. It's meh, but you can go in here and you can adjust all these settings right here to what you want. You can switch to bass, treble, booster, vocal, soft, lounge. You just do whatever you want to do with this, man. It's gonna sound nice. They got hip hop. I don't know how they come up with these. I don't know how they select what's what. With the lounge is the closest to what I would use mine for when I'm using the DAC. Those have asked about, Jay, how's the DAC? The DAC is fantastic, man. It's fantastic. This is being able to adjust. It's just great, man. It's fantastic. I keep that sound amplifier down there just in case. But, being able to use a high power set of earbuds or headphones, it's fantastic. Those that ask about the DAC, I'm telling you, it's great. If you don't believe me, just get with somebody who has the phone, and they'll tell you that plugging in, if you want to plug in, is fantastic, man. LG's software is frequently under fire, but LG software includes an FM radio, which means when I do plug in, I don't need internet service to listen to music. That's important to a lot of people. I think a lot of people would use that to their advantage. Don't you think? So I recently shot a video using the LG V60, and I turned on manual mode in the camera, and I put on the manual video, and then I set it to 1080p at 60. I hit the gain. I pushed the gain up just a little bit because I was doing a sound test. Look at how good this audio is from sitting back here. It's really picking it up. I can do 4K all the way up. Look at this. I can go all the way up. I can do 8K, but I don't want to do 8K. But I can do 4K at 60. Easy. Just adjust the gain and boom. Adjust it just a little bit. Having a manual camera setup is fantastic, man. It's fantastic. Most phones don't offer a manual setup for a smartphone. It's incredible. So, using this phone, testing it, pushing the limits, picking out the things that, are not so great to me. I'm not saying this phone is flawless because I've already done a video on some things that might not be so great with the device. However, the pros outweigh the cons for me. I think this is a fantastic option, folks, now let's be clear here. It's over $400. So you really don't need to spend over $400 to get a nice phone. But if you want to get a flagship, quote unquote, this is an option for you. It's an option. You're going to get some fantastic experiences with this phone. All the basics are here. All the things that you want in a phone are here. They're right here. So when I do a follow-up on a phone sometimes, I don't need to show you the cameras. Go look at the camera review. Go look at other things. Go look on my social media. I can only tell you so much because that definitely is subjective, and everybody doesn't like the cameras on the V60, and I'm not going to try to force them to. So phones are coming out like the iPhone SE is on pre-order at the recording of this video. Today is the first day you can order. I didn't order today. I'm not in a hurry to get that phone. I'm going to review it. I'm really considering the OnePlus 8. I was able to get my Red Magic coupon. Man, that was a horrible process. I stayed up until 2 a.m., folks. The doors opened for pre-order for that phone at 2 a.m. my time, and it was a nightmare staying up that late to try to just hit this button. And then when I got to it, it refreshed and started back over to 24 hours, and I just kept hitting refresh, and eventually it opened up, and I was able to sneak in there and grab a coupon voucher, and the phone becomes available on the 21st. So I nabbed myself $30 off of that phone, and every fourth person is going to get $50, I think, or something like that. So I want to try out the Red Magic. I want to buy an official gaming phone. This phone has the same processor, but the gaming phones have like cooling fans inside. They have things that are made for gaming. And, if I want a phone that has great cameras, I have plenty of phones that have great cameras. This is one of them. But when it comes to the processing power, the Red Magic, the Black Magic, all these other ones, they all have the same processing internals as this one. The OnePlus, they all have the same internals. So performance should definitely be about the same when it comes to gaming. But I just think the V60 is a phone that if you just don't know about it, and people aren't telling you about it, what do? Am I going to waste my energy trying to convince them that they should buy this phone? Or I'm just going to go ahead and just use the phone, post footage for you, show you every now and then that it's a good phone. And then you decide. It's up to you to decide what you want to buy with your money. The point of me as a YouTuber, I definitely like to bring you all these phones to show you, man, there are some great options out there. There are some great options. I did a video the other day about the Galaxy S10 Lite, how Samsung's selling it for a ridiculous price for the US model. You can get these phones for $500 instead of buying Samsung's version of them from their website directly. This is my Note 10 Lite. I'm working on a review for this right now as we speak. I had to stop and give you something on this one real quick because I remember I had my calendar set, a reminder for that. But I think you guys, if you decide to pick up this phone, you will not be disappointed, folks. I tell you, I have no reason to mislead you. If you don't trust me or you think I'm trying to mislead you, I just say try looking at 10 videos from 10 different people and find people that you wouldn't normally watch. So don't watch. Okay, now I want to say this. Watch these people too, but don't watch the people who I call the media. Don't you know who they are. Randomly search through YouTube and look for people who have the V60 that you've never watched before. And kind of put together, put two and two together with all the videos. Get something from each video. And I can more than certainly tell you that most of those people are going to love this phone. So it's your man Jay, a little bit of a 3-week follow-up. For those that didn't buy this phone, that are saying what it doesn't have, and it doesn't have this, and it doesn't have that, respect. But I think you're missing out on something great. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.